OpenTTD. I hope all of you guys know this game. If not, there is a link. Here, I'd like to describe the solution how to slow down the game time without slowing down the animation. The slow pace mod. It even supports multiplayer, and we'll discuss it later in this video. The idea described quite well by this guy in his GitHub comment. We just want a slower general pace, with the years progressing considerably slower, so that we can log in, build a line, and not come back a day later to massive cities since someone has made an absolute killing on their 2 oil lines that now have been running for decades. It would be fair to mention that there were used some ideas from previous attempts to introduce a variable day length. The most recent is JR's patch, so thank you guys for your work. It's allowed to inherit some of your ideas and possibly avoid some pitstones. Let's try to play it. First you have to download the modified OpenTTD game from my GitHub fork page. There is a link in the description to this video. So then you have to launch it, press new game, and here is the first difference. There is a year pace drop down. Here you can select how fast you want the game year to be. It might be 15 minutes, and this is kind of legacy year pace. But there are also other options: 1 hour, 1 day, or 1 week. For example, if I choose 1 day, it means that the game year will last my physical day. So let's try it. Finally, we started new game, and there are other differences compared to legacy mode. We have extended status bar with hours and minutes. But why? Because when we slow down the year pace from 15 minutes in legacy mode down to 1 day, we slow down it like 100 times. And it is not enough to use a day as a time unit anymore. Because now if you send a bus from one corner of the city to another one, that would take like a couple of hours rather than days. So the notion of hours and minutes have been added in other places as well. Timetables, service intervals, and cargo payment rates. Also, we have to change the money flow. As we already mentioned, the cargo payment rates curve has been modified. We had, let's say, to compress it along the time axis. If it was fine to spend a couple of days moving passengers from one corner of the city to another one, now it would be too much, and you will get the lowest possible reward for such a long transfer. So if you want to get the same reward for a trip that takes 4 days in legacy mode, in our example, in daily mode, that would take about 1 hour. And yet we did not change the fares themselves. So per single trip, vehicles earn the same amount as it would do it in the legacy version of the game. And this is how we preserve the game balance. At the same time, we increased the costs of vehicles and their service. The payback period remains unchanged. For example, for a single bus, it is still about 2.5 years. Of course, in this case, we have to increase the maximum possible loan amount. And we also have to increase the borrow step. All those measures are also about preserving game balance. You still need from 10 to maybe 15 years to become a big boss or bankrupt. The main goal was to be able to play this game in multiplayer with your friends, so there we go. I launched one server with a daily year pace as an example. Everybody is welcome. I put the invitation in the description to this video. So, how it is to play on slow pace mode? Have you seen Kung Fu Panda? There is some funny OVA when Mantis is struggling from being too impatient. Then it had to find a way to address this problem and finally reach some sort of Zen state. So, same here. You kind of have to be more patient and enjoy it. So you get the maximum loan, spend it in an hour, and then sit without money. So you leave server and wait for another day and so on. Finally, you got slowed down and patient. Your game actions and decisions become more subtle. You design infrastructure when you go sleep and build it next day and so on. Well, I welcome everybody to play it, test it, and maybe contribute. Thank you for watching this video. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!